So, hello, welcome to Sunday's regular edition of Wardy's Waffle. Hope you're all having a good week. Our land's started to dry up a little bit, so we're starting to look at drilling soon. So, in readiness for that, we had Agri come over this week and clean and treat all our wheat seed ready for us planting in the ground this year. So we've got it all into bags ready, so we can take a look at that and the three varieties that we're doing. We've also loading beet lorries. If you remember from one of my other videos, I gave you a little bit of a teaser showing you that really good cleaner loader. Takes a lot of soil and stones out, loading the lorries for sugar beet. So take a detailed look at that, you'll enjoy that one. And also we're looking at the Simba Elita low disturbance subsoiler that we converted, made it from a Simba Solo a few years ago. We're looking at that on some oat stubbles and one or two other bits of fields we're doing in readiness for drilling. And also I was invited to go to the Farmers Weekly Awards. So thanks very much, James, for that invitation. Had a great night. Charlotte Ashley was there, Roy and Martin Williams, and Ollie and Charlotte were there on another table. So we had a great night, and yeah, lots to see there, lots of people to catch up with who you only see every now and again at those occasions. So I had a great night, and yeah, really good day in London. But crikey, things are expensive in London. And what also slightly surprising, well, it might not be surprising being in London, but at the Grosvenor, getting around drinks at the bar, and they even put 12.5% service charge on a round of drinks at the bar. Well, I think that's really outrageous when it's their job to serve drinks anyway at the bar, and then they expect to pay their wages as well. So I think that's a bit outrageous anyway. So naturally, I didn't pay that 12.5% service charge. Anyway, that's it with for this intro. Let's crack on with it. Hope you enjoy it, and all being well, we'll see you at the end. Just at the beet heap, and the lorries go down the far end of this field, turn around on the corner, because the lane, there's plenty of room in front, and then back under the cleaner facing this way. So I'm just going to go in the Manitou here in the cage and just have a look down at the cleaner and show you it working, because it's incredible how much soil it's taking out and what job it's doing. Only these few loads left to go in the factory. Probably 6 loads here, 5 loads, lorry loads. That's 29 tonnes a load. You can see the amount of soil and clods, tops, general debris it's taking out. Incredible. So we've got all that. So probably won't be able to get it spread this time, so we'll heap it up. I think that's what, heap it up on the corner of the field, then spread it next year when it's drier. You can just see through there on the side, got the sugar beet stuck on the side. It shows how sticky it is. You can see by these chains as well, soil and a bit of that just shows how wet it is when you look at that. Just really sticky. Now, I've never known the land so wet. It's so early in the season. That's it. Just start the engine now, starting it from the cab, Beet is in the loading shovel. Lower the elevator down. There we go. Just to remind you, we normally tip on concrete, but the concrete's got tarmac planings on it, so we've had to put it in the field, which has never done this before. So, bird's eye view. In there's like corkscrews running around, the cogs are rotating, and they're pulling the soil and the clods and the beet tops down, and that's what's dropping out underneath there. Then it goes up onto another web, that's the bars there, and that's clean, and it drops into the elevator that turns it, and then it comes up into the lorry. You can see why it only takes about 5 or 6 minutes to load a lorry. Now that's interesting. We've got a great big wedge of soil there. Let's see how it deals with that. If that goes in the lorry, then we'll get penalised if Samson picks that up. We'll just keep your eye on that as it goes through. That's really wet. If it was dry, it would come out, and I don't think that's going to take this out. There's some fingers there that's holding it back on purpose. Well, it has. Incredible. There we are, there's a bit gone through. Yeah, there's a lump. Just gone on the bottom elevator there, you might have seen it. Yeah, in the lorry there. It's not taking all of it out. Good lot of it though. If you're interested in how beet is processed and what happens to it, look at my update from last season. This is the number to check where I do factory tour and seeing some of our sugar beet going all the way through the factory. Just looking from up here while I'm here at the bird's eye view. Got a great view from here, surrounding countryside. You can just actually see Lincoln Cathedral through there. There we go. We're back on ground level. See there, taking a lot out, and then the roller system up there. In the distance you can just see Ruben spraying. That's spraying off some grass on one of the contract farms next door to us. Just running down the outside at the minute. That's coming spring barley. That's another full one off, and there's another one waiting empty on the beet pad. Now that is where the sugar beet should be, but you can see we've got it half full of tarmac planings at the minute. We need to get rid of those by this time next year, so if anybody wants some tarmac planings, please get in touch with me. Some have been screened and some haven't. Continuation of our October contract. It's always nice to get it away at the beginning of the month. This is wheat because we get paid earlier next month, usually 28 days most people. Some companies pay 7, some pay 14 days. Nala, come here. Amazing how much we're getting away when you take 29 tonnes of time. This shed was full to the door after harvest only about a month ago. And this is cranium here, a feed wheat variety. Just see there what it's like. We've got Agri here today getting our seed ready. Nearly finished. We just had one variety in the hoppers, so it comes out here untreated. That's it. Before it goes through the plant, it takes all the small stuff out. It's nearly finished, that's why this isn't full. Then it goes into the bags. And along the conveyor belt in here, just undo one of those please, and then that has had small grains taken out. It's treated with a chemical for disease, and that's all ready to put in the drill to plant ready for next year's harvest.
That's the small grain that was taken out.
So there we are, thank you. So that's what's taken out. It's a job to see, but those grains there have been removed. There's chippings and small bits, and then to try and get to a bigger seed here. So the 1,000 grain weight of this is 48 grams. So what that means is 1,000 grains weigh 48 grams, which is a bit low. Normally we'd be sort of mid 50s, but some of the seeds, this is a variety called, this one's Dorsum. Sometimes it's a bit bigger than this, depends on the harvest year. So the higher the 1,000 grain weight, the bolder the grain is, and apparently there's some people who've done trials and tests the higher germination percentage. So I always try and get them to take a lot more out. We're just a little bit low to fill on the bag, but it's quite enough to fill the bag that's up there. So Tom's just putting a little bit in to make sure we end up with a full ton in the bag. And then we lift this off with the forklift and put all the bags in the shed. This will be coming back to do some more for us for our later drilling. This is only to do the early wheats, the first wheats after beans and oats and sugar beet. The other wheats, we've got the continuous wheats, so we'll come back to do that. Yeah, you can see that bag there is not full, so we need a bit more in, so Ruby's just putting some in. And then the screenings have gone round in this hopper for now. Had a bit of spillage under there. Clear that up when the lorry moves. So these are the screenings. So that looks good grain, but there is some small in it. But they have to take out some good to get a really good sample of the treated and get all the get the 1,000 grain weight up. So we've got the screenings, or the rest of the screenings, in this trailer. So it looks good grain, and some of it is, but there are some small bits in it as well. Bit of chaff, straw. That just shows how well the combine was set up, how well Reuben set the combine up this year. The fact there's not so much straw and unthreshed grains in it, and it's also partly that the grain was very fit at harvest time. So it has taken this out, and there's also some really small bits as well that it will have taken out. So this will all go back on the feed heap and just be sold with the rest of our wheat. So it will go through no problems, it won't be wasted anywhere. So just got to the Thistle at Marble Arch, ready for the Farmers Weekly Awards. Been bought a glass of red wine for Martin, who's behind. Got Charlotte there, Ollie Charlotte, who's only 4 weeks off giving birth. Whole load of people here, which is great. So another 20 minutes we'll be going down to the Grosvenor and into the hotel where the awards are. Just walking down now to the Grosvenor House Hotel, going past the Aston Martin garage. Yeah, there you go, Ollie. Is that your Brook House? We've arrived. We're just having the champagne reception before we go and sit down.
Well, I could sing the praises of British farming for as long as you've got. I know that a delicious dinner lies on the other side of my remarks. Look, I know how hard you work all year round to produce brilliant food, and that for me will always be the number one priority for farmers, is to make sure that we put brilliant British food on our plates, not just in this country, but of course around the world. And I'm delighted that on our menu tonight that we've got real meat. Now, I have to say the Green Alliance really had a go at me for criticising fake meat and seem to be in love with corn and everything else. But as Minette Batters found out at the Hay Festival, Monbiot is obsessed with his microbes, and simply it is not the case that we want astronaut food. We need genuine, high nutrition, high quality, reared to the best standards in the world, both on TV. And I know how distressing it is to you to see good animals put down like that, but also how much care and attention you put into their welfare. So we will continue to enforce the welfare standards that we have, and it's why we are insisting on any new trade deals backed by the Prime Minister that we maintain those high standards. Our farmers had a whopping £127 billion of national GVA, and that's actually up 13% since 2020. And indeed, when it comes to the right to roam, I've absolutely ruled that out. But I think it's important that we got round to all the agricultural shows, get round to see farmers, and it really matters that we get your feedback while we continue on this transition.
I'm very excited to be here tonight because, by mistake, about 10 years ago, we actually bought a farm. So I actually feel like I'm kind of qualified. Last year's winner of that award, of course, and a member of the Farmers Weekly editorial team. Tonight, all of those winners can hold their heads up high and join me on the stage, and then, of course, go forward as contenders for tonight's top accolade at the end of the evening, the overall Farmer of the Year.
So I'm on the train now, coming back from London. Had a great night last night, as you've seen from some of the clips from in this update. Out the window, looking here, just left Peterborough Station. Well, not much to see at the minute, apart from an embankment. Anyway, while we look at what's out the window, look who I've got sat next to me.
Hello.
Sarah, we've just met, and also Rachel from across there. And just, we know of each other, I think all of us do. We know our respective halves. We've just been discussing the severity of our hangovers. And what did you say, Sarah? You say jaded?
A bit jaded.
A bit jaded. Whereas Rachel, you were a little bit more than jaded.
I could do with a nap.
Do with the nap. So yeah. So, and we've got Nick there, just opposite. That Nick is chair of Lincolnshire NFU and also East Midlands, so Nick and I have come down together. So as you can see, Sarah doesn't look like she's jaded, but I think Rachel does. There we go. So anyway, so yeah, that's it. So I'll be back in Europe shortly. But yeah, great to meet a lot of people last night and just see everybody and catch up with people who you only ever see at these sort of functions. So great to catch up with you, and thank you for everybody coming up to say hello, and we'll see you again soon. We're back out in the fields at the minute because the weather's just settled down a little bit, but gosh, it's wet. This field here, quite light sandy land. It was oats. You can just see how light it is, or sorry, how wet it is, because it's smearing a little bit there. But Tom's got the Elita up here, just doing some low disturbance, loosening with the Unipress on the back, and we're going to again put the drill, we're going to free flow drill straight into that, put wheat in here. Yeah, it's going really well, this, as you can see how light the soil is there. Can't quite see off this clip, but I can see here it is loosening it lovely between the tines there. Just lifting it, just lifting it, dropping it down. Just with Tom in the RX. That's the screen at the minute. We're averaging about 18 litres a hectare of fuel. You see the tines working at the back. Certainly impressive when you're in the cab there and seeing it grip and the fuel it uses, or the consumption compared to other tractors. This is all on auto turn, which is incredible as well. You can see it dropping the legs in. I don't think I've known the land so wet so early in the season. We're only early October and it is really, really nearly saturated all the way through. We've had, I've just looked at the rainfall figures, we had just over 100 millimetres in July. We had, I think it was about 40 millimetres in August, and we've had 70 millimetres in September. And I know a lot of places some places in the country have had more than that. But when on these heavy clay soils, that sort of rain on wet soil to start with doesn't help. And then we had, I think, looking in August, the first 8 or 10 days in August when we were combining, and it was dry up to about the 10th of August. And then we had rain. We had an 18 millimetres one day, and then 2 days with nothing, then another 13 millimetres, and then we had about 8 or 10 days when it rained virtually every day on the trot, 0.5 millimetre, 1 mil, 3 mil, and it's all those things just compound on the soil. And this is why we've just got a little bit of a situation here where we've got this wet soils and we've still got a little bit of cultivations to do. So that's it for another update. Hope you've enjoyed that. Various things going on at the farm at the minute. So thanks very much for watching. Appreciate that. And we'll see you next time.